My name is JC Cleare and I'm the captain of the Remix. I own a 44 Contender, which is being built right now. It'll probably be done in about 3 weeks. That'll be out of Sailfish Marina here in Palm Beach. As well as this 62 Viking that we're sitting on now is also out of Palm Beach. And then I own a 36 Glass Tech that's down in Miami, which mainly runs charters for our business, as well as a few tournaments throughout the year. I've been running boats for probably about 20 years now, maybe 25. Started maybe when I was in my early 20s. Got my captain's license, started running boats, and we've been fishing probably, since I was 15 years old. But competitively, I would say for about 25 years now. I would say the two most important features for me in marine electronics would have to be the topography, showing us the reef and the contour and the depth, as well as the tide charts. We base a lot of our fishing off different tides, and it's nice to know, the tides exactly where you're sitting and not 15 or 30 miles from where you are, but a very exact tide chart. The topography really comes into play, I would say, mostly when the fishing's kind of slow, especially for sail fishing. If the fish aren't pouring through and you can't see them, and they're not moving in an area where you can figure out where they're moving. When the bite gets a little slow, the topography really comes into play, trying to find a specific reef or a wreck or an indentation in the reef where maybe bait might congregate, or you might think that fish are kind of just hanging out for the moment. That's really where the topography comes into play. I've never run a boat with Raymarine equipment before. I've been on boats as a mate with Raymarine, and it seemed, just from the little use that I would see the captain doing, it looked like it performed very well. Most of our other boats have been Garmin or Simrad. This will be the first year using Raymarine. My perception of Raymarine as a brand is really uncharted waters, I guess you'd say. I'm really not sure what to expect. I'm sure it's very good, but the extent that I've used it in the past isn't a lot. But I have friends that are very well-respected captains who swear by it. So just hearing what they've had to say, I'm very excited to see, see for myself. I think the Raymarine equipment that I'm most interested in seeing has to be the side scan. I've heard a lot about it from friends, but the amount of bait fishing we do, there's probably more bait fishing than goes into than actually tournament fishing. So that would be a huge help if the side scan works like everybody says it's supposed to work. So I'm very interested in seeing that, as well as the radar. I've heard a lot of great things about the radar. We spend most of our summer looking for birds while we're mahi fishing, so very excited to see how that works. I was not aware that you could have the Seymour maps on Raymarine, but now that I do know that, I'm extra excited to have it on the boat, because topography definitely plays a big role in us catching fish, especially on the slower days. So it'll be nice just having it integrated in there and not having an external unit like some of the other brands make you have. The other brands of electronics that I've operated on many of the boats that we use, I would have to say mostly is Garmin and Simrad over the last few years. But we're excited to make the switch to Raymarine to see what they have to offer. I've been fishing tournaments with our team for a few of them, probably close to 20 years now. And we have Nick Carullo, who's obviously an amazing captain. We've won a lot of stuff together. George Corzo, Ryan Alexander, who I worked with as a captain and a mate on one of my last private boats that I worked on. And also my wife, Sarah. She won Top Angler of the Quest She fishes a lot of the tournaments with us. Actually, since I met her, she's fished every tournament with us. So our team, I think the reason that we do so well is because that we've been fishing together so long. I think that makes a big difference, because I've been on boats before where you have, 5 or 6 really, really good guys that haven't fished together, and it's just not the same. You don't get the same chemistry, and nobody really knows what everybody's going to do. But I think a big part of our success is being a team for as many years as that we've been together.
Who's the best angler on your boat?
Ooh, oh, wow. Oh man, I'm gonna go with Sarah Malia. I would say the best angler on the boat has to be my wife, Sarah. She's actually very good. Besides being my wife, she is a very good angler. And besides her, we have, everybody else on our team is captain and mates, and everybody's great. But yeah, Sarah's got to be the best.
Especially if you want to go home tonight.
Yeah, I got to go home tonight, so Sarah's the best. The end.